Hi, I'm Bismarck Manorum. Our topic is character building in reference to The Leader in Me by Stephen Covey. Habit 3, put first thing first. Big rocks. What are the big rocks in your life? Your children, your loved ones, your education, your dreams, or doing things that you love? Your big rocks are your priorities. They are the tasks, projects, or goals you plan to accomplish. People tend to run into three problems when they think about their priorities. They have too many priorities. For younger learners at school, you can tell them the big rocks. In a class, for example, ask a student to fill a jar with big rocks. Ask the class if it's full. The class might respond with a yes. Ask another student to add pebbles to the jar. Ask the class if the jar is full. And again, the class might respond yes. Ask another student to add sand to the jar. Then tell them that sand and the pebbles represent the small daily tasks we fill our lives with. If we don't fill in our big rocks first, our lives will fill with only sand and pebbles. If we start with our big rocks, we create room for what's important in life, and the sand and pebbles can only fill the spaces in between. This exercise helps you align how you spend your time with your real priorities, your big rocks. As for you as the start, you can ask yourself these questions. What do you currently spend most of your time on? What's truly important to you in life right now? What are your top three priorities in life? If your week is 7 buckets and you go into each bucket without planning ahead, and you will fill it up with little pebbles and sand, there will be no room for the big rocks. Your buckets fill up faster than you know it, and once your buckets are full, you are done. You can't get bigger buckets. What you can do is put the big rocks in first and fill in the pebbles and sand around them. The big rocks are the major things you want to get done this week. Plan your week ahead of time, placing your big rocks first. It's about getting the important stuff done. If you are running around doing all the little stuff, you chew a lot and you are very busy, but how much did you really accomplish? You need to determine the few important priorities to progress on your most important goals and maintain a balanced life. Stephen Covey tells us to imagine a glass jar on your desk in which the empty space represents the time you have to manage. Next to the jar, there are large rocks, little rocks, sand, and a glass of water. These items represent all the stuff that you have to do to get done. The big rocks represent your main priorities or longer term goals. The little rocks represent your day to day responsibilities and shorter term goals. The sand represents minor tasks that are not really that important. The water represents the unimportant distractions that prevent you from getting work done. At work, big rocks are your 3 to 7 truly important priorities or goals to get done in a certain length of time. Having too many big rocks can result in serious negative consequences. Each department should have departmental big rocks, and all of the people at the office should have their own individual goals. To get you and your people to focus on what is essential, the number of all the big rocks has to be limited. Thus, you need to restrict them to 3 to 7 to focus and get more big rocks activity. For individual employees, they should be further limited to 1 to 3 to get them to focus on a few priorities more intensively. At the beginning of the year in the family gathering, ask this question: what are your big rocks for this year? If your child or children haven't heard that expression, big rocks, they don't really know what it means. Simply put, your big rocks are your priorities. They are the tasks, projects, or goals you absolutely accomplish, not to do list. They could have 3 to 5 priorities. If you have 30 priorities, you really don't have priorities. If it seems like you are busier and busier each year, but somehow less productive, it's time to break out of the cycle. As you think about this year, be clear and explicit about your big rocks. The golden rules is: ensure that you have a small number of clear goals that you are focusing your time, energy, and other resources on accomplishing them, not getting distracted by less important things. Use your Big Rocks list as a weekly guide for where you should be focusing the majority of effort and energy. That's all for now about Big Rocks. Thanks for watching. Take care.